the teams themselves.
Yeah, I think
Agents are
just
locked
waking
in.
up
I
just
know our
sucks,
casters
really.
are ready and rearing to go, so I'm going to toss it up to my boys, Riv and Doug, otherwise affectionately known as Rug.
The only time I love waking up is when I sleep for like
I did wonder
14
if
hours.
Rug was going to come out. I thought, is he just going to go with Riv and Doug? But no, of course, when you've got something like that,
amazing.
Sure. I guess you double down on it. But thank you so much, Dash. Yes, it's going to be a good one. Envy. Vivo keyed again, a North America versus Brazil matchup, and while the previous one was a bit lackluster on the side of Brazil,
I just slept 13
maybe there's something else here.
There could be. It's definitely fans feel like Envy could come out very strong here, and Vivo is going to have trouble.
Gotta get your all
the way
goods in.
these picks and bans have gone, they do slight the percentages
a
little more
wisely. You can't just drop them whenever.
the victory of Vivo key. That's not to say it's fully in favor, because Envy does have the better win percentages on the majority of the maps chosen here today.
That's true.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. I think
said
when you look
waking
at
up
this
sucks
on
when you have to
paper,
work.
as Vivo Keyed makes her way closer
Yeah,
to A,
like right now.
taking a good bit of space away.
Exactly. When you have a schedule and you have to work and you have to be there for something, waking up sucks.
Let's be
Like
honest,
right now,
you've got Ye
all good.
on
But this
land
work right
for
now
the
is
first
just tough.
time in the new roster. Can El Diablo perform the same way that he does online? So far, so good, but a great response from NTK and from Heat.
Yeah, they've pushed up fantastically. I love the way they're waiting around, seeing how much Envy will push. You got to watch the first few pitches come through. If you're just swinging at everything, you're never going to know the precedent your opponent is setting. Just a few shots from Ye there as he looks to keep the pressure with FNS.
Now, Victor has wrapped his way back. He was coming in through long. Now he's made his way a bit, and FNS is wrapping around as well as Ye gets one onto Vixen. Heat! Oh, he got behind him. Okay.
All good.
They've got something cooking here.
All
FNS
not
has to go
good.
big. No, he drops. Vivo Keyed win the pistol.
And you can see Envy was not expecting any of that. A team leaves the site, they set up defense, but they were all huddled together, hiding in a small death ball here, one behind. Look at Heat, even sees one come through, is able to trade the next shot with Joe there.
Right-click.
What a nice setup, and really threw Envy for a loop on that one. Pistol rounds mean a lot. Let's see if they can keep the pressure on Envy.
That's something that Brazilians are very good
You
at.
can tell that it meant a lot to the players as well,
Bringing
right?
the
You heard him
noise.
pop off. You saw him pop off as well.
Talking
Like,
that
that was a big opening round, at least for them. But again, for
Nailed
Envy, you've got
that.
to think like, all right, won the pistol. That's fine. There's still plenty of time to go in this half.
See how Vivo plays this one as they start to pressure towards that B side. So they had a little bit of a default that worked towards A bit faster with one hang on the side of B flank. But now it's just everybody going in with one holding back at B here.
Yeah, and you take a look again, Victor's playing the lurk. He's flanking around. He's already taken so much space A, and he's going to get a good bit of info. It's going to be a big kill on to NTK if he's able to get it. He has spotted him, so that should be plenty of info. They are leaning towards B. You've got that lurk, but Heat's popping off on the site. Heat gets two, but Victor trades that out.
Good to do the econ damage. Victor's going to be able to pick up a weapon. The rest of the team will wait for him to start to rotate around so they can put these guns together. 4v3, and this should be a quick cleanup here for Vivo, but Crashy's with the Marshall.
Yeah, Crashy's got one. I was about to say Victor has an upgraded
that
weapon, but he's going to drop.
bad in
Leaving
Valorant,
FNS and Crashy's alone, and now it's just going to be Crashy's with the Marshall. Now, Vixen's very weak. But we know about Reyna's in situations like this, how devastating they can be. There's not going to be anything cooking there. Vixen gets the last, Vivo Keyed gets to two, but now Envy can respond.
They do, and they're going to have to respond as well to the vocal cords of Vivo Keyed behind us. Each round comes with an explosion of excitement after they take that victory, and we'll see if it comes here for round 3. They are vibing.
I went to bed at like 9 p.m.
Like we said, these teams are wearing off the nerves. They're shaking off the cobwebs.
Oh,
times they're able to get two of the maps here within the competition play of groups. So third round, let's see what Envy can
think about it. It's 11:22 a.m.
They like to push
5.5
as much
hours
intel as possible, and already doing that on A. You can see the catwalk coming in from
halftime.
Yeah, I think the intel that you call is very important, but also the space, right? Like the denial of real estate. FNS gets caught in a pretty precarious spot. He drops at the hands of Vixen, but here comes Victor. Victor with the showstopper up top, able to get one onto Heat, but he's going to get cleaned up right back after. Ye getting in on the action pass mid as well as members of Vivo Key just drop like flies across the map. Envy still with the numbers advantage. Certainly worse for wear, but in a decent spot. NTK got nothing cooking. Crashies gets 3, Envy are on the board.
They do find that first one, and Crashies, we remember stage 3 from him. A lot of the time we're like, yeah, he's in there, he's doing it. Crashies clutch, Crashies 4K, Crashies 3K. He has had a hell of a stage 3, and the team coming together throughout this now seems to be on that first round, feeling that they can take a few more.
Yeah, Crashies can be nutty with it, but I think the important thing here is for Vivo Kid, how do you respond?
Exactly.
Right? Like you had something cooking, you had a little bit of momentum. How do you respond to something like that?
There's something
Meanwhile,
so
for
clean
Envy,
about
you've
looking
got
at the
lighter
top
buys,
as
right?
the
Like Victor
and
finesse
A
on lighter purchases, but
right
they
next
do
to one
not
another.
slow down.
Instantly forward. And even if you wanted that space,
red like
the blast pack and whatnot
really
denies you from it. Maurice, nice shot onto Ye. That's a huge frag on this round, especially since it's the partial buy for Vivo Key. That means so much
Not
more
all
here,
good.
or the game could swing.
Their weaponry is doggy
Now they're going to
meat.
get
We're
a good
taking.
bit of info off of Crashy's drone, working his way across the middle of the map
We're
as well
taking
as
back
Shell starts
B.
to plant the spike. Mir's still lurking around. They
I don't
understand,
know
right?
why
Victor
doggy
has
meat
taken so much
was the
space
first
late in
thing
the
that
rounds
came
on
to
opposite
mind,
sides.
and
You can almost
also made
expect
me
that.
laugh.
Maurice reads it like a book,
bad.
cleans him up, and now there's no pressure coming from that way. They can rotate off back towards A
Oh, they're
because
actually
Maurice is
gonna
going to be able to
overthink
waltz in
this.
for free.
And they
Well,
just
kill this
snuff
guy's
out
in
that
sight.
mid-surge.
If they
Great
kill in
hit
sight, though,
by that orb from
all
Vixen.
good.
Great Viper play to get the team
going-
mobilized and across the
they're
map.
saving.
Remember,
They don't know what they're
those
doing.
calls
No, they're going
coming
back
in
and forth. They're
from
unsure. Like, OT,
the soul
OT,
of the squad,
OT.
he says himself.
I
If
just
things
say
aren't
it,
right, he
bro.
wants to make it
Go
right.
for it. Go.
Heat, yeah, oh my
Definitely
gosh,
go
Heat
for
with
it,
the
bro.
blade storm. He was
Yeah,
cutting off the
Marv, go
rotation,
for it.
right?
Just
He was
fucking
the
go
one
for it,
that
go
was
for it,
going to
go
be
for it.
problematic. He
All good,
does
all good, all
just
good,
that
all good.
as
Ooh,
Marv is
all good.
stuck between a rock and a hard place, able to take one.
All right, Envy
He does
going home.
eventually fall. Maurice gets the 3. We asked how are Vivo
And they
going to
out.
respond. They've responded just
Oh,
as
they
El
responded,
Diablo
they
is now
want to inflict
El
even more
Diablo.
mental game
Get
here.
it?
I am loving
Like
this vibe right now
El
coming in from
Diablo
Vivo.
instead of
3-1
EL Diablo,
as
El
they go
Diablo, like L is
aggressive
in
from the attack
bad.
side, and they're absorbing the knowledge and the information.
It's
that
El
Envy
Diablo
is
kick
throwing out
W,
in
not
each
El
round.
Diablo
Quickly
Monka
push up.
W.
Vivo was okay with giving that space. Envy's going to
All
come up
good.
for a trade, and they were right that time. So now, who's going to adapt next? Does it still become Vivo Keyed waiting back, or do they start to push right into Envy now that they know they can clean up some kills and get some ult points here?
Yay. Able to get the blades from online, and we're already seeing a change, right? Like,
Yeah.
how many times did we see that aggressive denial of space across A from Envy? That's adjusted. They're playing a bit more safely. Now, you do have FNS doing the same thing down B long, but Vivo Key, look at how they're
They
positioned,
found it
right?
really
Like, they
funny.
understand that there's a propensity
No,
to do
they're
that. They
they're
don't want to show
ha-haing
anything
me.
early.
That means they didn't
Very
find
well
it
played by
funny.
Vivo Key.
Wait, can you spam that corner
Oh,
then? From the inside?
FNS.
Probably.
Creeper.
You
like the
probably have to
classic,
touch
could be all
yourself.
the doctor ordered
All
on
good,
this one.
all
Just
good.
another one almost gets the
What?
Reyna as well, but he goes down to Joe.
I'd aim for the head.
Marv still in a great
You
spot.
know
The race
that.
is
He's
going to come
playing
out onto
CS
Heat,
for how
but
long?
no, Marv
40
drops
years.
as well. You imagine this round was going to go in favor of Vivo Key, giving Evie had nothing but
Like
pistols
60.
and a Marshall, and so far,
He is old,
that seems
ancient
to be
even.
the case. As NB
Brittle
members
bone.
continue to drop, I think the important thing here is there are a
BB.
couple of ultimates to work with, but you take a look, NTK's just 1 point away from having his ult online in the next round as well. So you've got, as this round
good.
wraps up,
All
again,
bad.
you hear the players pop off. You've got
Yeah,
a
this
couple
isn't
of good
their
things
map.
cooking up on both sides,
Yeah.
but Vivo Key has started off very strongly.
Yeah, seeing Victor come up so quick on
And
that
he's
Raze
shambles.
showstopper in the beginning made me think that it was enough to sway around. You get something that early, you can change it. Vivo Keyed reacted fantastically to that, was able to recoup
One
the
of your
losses
subs
from the
asked where
ultimate
they could
early.
buy
And like
this
you said,
couch.
now they're able to kind of steamroll these ults together round by
They
round.
said it
If
like
not use this
comfy.
round, it's next. Vixen's close to 1, which may just be an A force one of the rounds. They're setting
Not that
themselves up
sick.
perfectly here and
Yeah, it's a little
absorbing, but
firm.
also giving Envy a bit of their own aggression.
you're
And
into
it's
that.
working out great.
Firm's good sometimes.
Again, as much things change, they remain the same. You saw an early attempt at aggression from A, but they
Oh,
dropped the
bad.
I bought
swords,
this
and they're able
couch
to deny
for
some of that. You hear
animals.
the ult that's come out from Crashies.
Bought it for
See if
animals.
he can get
Yeah,
into
like
Hunter's Fury.
it's not like a nice,
Yeah, so he
expensive
invested
heavy
mid.
duty.
I don't
Oh,
know
sorry,
if he got any
the heavy duty
tags.
couch,
Looks
not
like
a
he changed an
expensive,
attack on
fluffy
Razor, but
couch.
that
You
was
know.
it.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I thought you
Gonna
meant you
get
bought
cleaned
it
up.
so
So
animals
even with
could
that
use
in
it.
mind, they understand there's pressure mid. They're able to
Well, that
swap
too.
out, give EA the
Yeah.
strong position there.
But like, so they
And
can't
those are just
destroy
simple
it.
fundamental
Yeah, so it's
openings, right?
tough.
Drop
Like,
the
yeah,
gas, take
it's
a
tough.
shot.
This
I
thing's
love
built
the
tough.
fact that
Word
Vivo's
laugh.
trying everything.
Yeah.
And they're not like,
Built
it's one
different.
strat or strat B here. They're really feeling out the map.
Word.
Really causing Envy to use a bit more utility here.
Tough.
And we'll see if this is the take.
Just
Vivo
realized you
Key
didn't
looking
answer
to
his
go on to
question
A.
though.
Wall's
That's
gone
where
up.
you got
Joe
it.
looking to get the plant
That's
in.
not
A
why
cheeky
you
one,
got
but
it.
no.
Oh,
Wall,
where?
excuse me, is going to get blasted down instantly. Not going to have the
I don't
chance to
know.
do that.
Did you
Now
just
you're
get
going
it
to have
from,
to
like, a
reconsider how you
furniture
go
store?
about things.
Yeah.
As NTK brings his Hunter's Fury online, Victor dancing
Popular
around,
one, though.
gets tagged up as Ye does as well, but no damage
Like,
has been done. And as much as they
what
invest
is
so
a
much,
popular
it
furniture
all calms
store?
right back
30
down.
seconds left.
Empress is there. So Maurice could really
Oh.
make an impact
Can't
on this
think
round.
of
You can
it,
see it's
but I
activated
know
on
it.
right there, left side maze. A bit of the gas wall being used now. This is Marv's. And everybody is just face to face on the other side of the wall. The first one from Ye.
FNS has to bust a move too, man. He's got to get there. There was only short time, and his members are dropping on the side as NTK gets one as well. It's just going to be down to Victor, and yeah, he drops. Now FNS is going to show up late. He gets cleaned up, and they get the money from the plant. Vivo Keyed continuing to put on
I saw FNS's face.
It was like a test.
Yep.
There was like, all right,
Chat,
there's
whose
nothing
map
else
is
to
this?
do.
Ashley's
Yeah, they're on the other side of the wall. Gentlemen's agreement, drop it. Here we go.
I don't know if I went to Ashley's.
That
I
was
went
a
to another
battle
one.
royale in A. Everybody there for the fight. And
Sally?
Vivo
Living
Key
Spaces
writhing in the
is another
chaos.
Living Spaces. That's
Figuring
it.
out how to
Yeah.
get deeper,
Living Spaces is a
quicker, and
popular
find
one.
the angles they needed to shut the round
Living Spaces.
down. Vivo Keyed
That's for the Shroud
5-1
couch.
versus
They'll
Envy
hook you
here
up.
on ICEBOX.
And their Envy broke again. While Heat's going to have an op, rifles across the board. Vixen's going to have his
map?
ultimate as well. So you don't foresee, at least in
See
this
that?
round, you
There's,
don't foresee much of a
okay,
difference, right?
VK's map.
Heat's already open to pick up onto Marv with that op that we highlighted just a moment ago, and they're
see
so
that there's
patient.
match
Look at how they
fixers in
wait,
Valorant?
right? They know
do you
Envy's
mean?
just going to push.
Yeah.
They're just going to come at us.
Like, you know how there's
Just
like the
wait.
match fixing
And
in
Envy's,
CS?
they're
and
looking
like
for options. The
doing
Marshal still on to Ye.
investigations and shit.
Crashies.
Yeah.
Now
Using
Riot's
the
part
one
of it.
tappies
And
there
Riot's
as he
part of
gets
the
a second chair
investigation.
shot off.
They're
Mariz
investigating
Gonna take that one down
Valorant
as
players
they
that
just
came from
scoop
CS.
up a few more members on that
Wasn't-
side. FNS does have the lockdown ready.
wasn't-
Look at that for future rounds here. It doesn't
Who's
look
on
like they'll
that?
be able to make too
I
much
don't
of an
know.
impact on this, but
I
Vivo
have
Key
heard of that. I
know
didn't know that
he's
Valorant
gonna
was
get
on
a
it,
few,
but
right? That op's
I
gonna
had
find somebody
heard that
peeking at some
some
point, and they are
CS players
completely
that
okay to let
potentially
those 40
match
seconds
fixed,
pass by
match
and
fixed,
not see
allegedly,
anything. They'll move up and they'll take each site happy.
play professional Valorant now.
And again, even with the op first, a little bit of smoke, Doug, but they're all right behind it.
Oh
ready to
yeah,
fight.
all good.
Yeah, Ye able to take one with him, but Mariz is going to clean him up. Victor looking to do the same. He's got some players in interesting spots. Like FNS is again on the
Allegedly
flank, but this
copium.
time his timing might be a bit better behind one.
Tap.
Able to take him with
Hit the
him.
ult,
Great
hit the
hide.
ult.
What an excellent response from Envy. Mariz is in a bit of a tricky
He
spot,
doesn't
but it's just
wanna ult.
pistols. And FNS
feel
just
like
has
you
a
need the
classic as
rounds.
well now. The spike is down, the ult was there, but no. Mariz gets 4, a Red Bull clutch
Yeah,
for Vivo
because the
Key
bomb was
as
playing
they increase
anyways,
their
but
lead to
he would
5.
just.
That's the one you want to live.
Yeah,
FNS
'cause
in the
his
clutch
teammate would've played
situations, but
different. He would've
Van
Yeah,
played
so like
that
you
bad.
hit
does make
the
it
ult
tough, and
back
Uri's
in
is
tube, it
crushing
pushes
right
the
now
guy
on the Reyna as we
to go.
rewatch
Like,
this
it
round.
won't hit him like
They
if he goes
had
more
a
to
bit
the
of a
left.
peek towards
So it'll
A.
push him
You
like
spoke
snowman,
again
and
about
then
the
FNS walks
slow
up,
early round.
diffuses behind the stage wall, and
and
teammate
this was
plays back
the
orange
ego
or some
as
shit.
well. So
Yeah.
they're giving
Right.
Envy
Yep.
a bit of credit. They're
They
saying,
just
yeah, we
didn't
know you
want
can
to,
pull some tricky stuff.
for whatever
We're still
reason.
going to play our game, and we're not going to fall into any traps. Envy.
It'd also
back
enable
on
him to get
guns.
that gun
if
that he
they
kills.
do not get this round and they go back to having to go eco, Vivo Key's going to pick up so many rounds
Finesse
in this
off and
first
pick
half.
W.
All right, so ult used early on from Marv to hold down A, and you've got an op in the hands of Ye. Holding down B long. Now he has been spotted by that drone there, so
Finesse
the
isn't that
jig's
kind of
up, right?
player
They
to,
know
like,
where they are. They're
audible
gonna
that,
get
though.
pushed off of that
Like, to
location.
on the fly
You see
drop
Ye
an
is
ult
already
and just
backing up towards Swan
everything-
as the Viper's wall comes
everybody work
out
around it.
from Vixen.
he
They're
has
leaning
stuff
towards
for
B. They have all their utility that
reason,
way. That's one thing
everything's
we
set
haven't
up.
seen from
Yeah.
Vivo is misdirection
Yeah.
off of that Viper's wall. If they go
Now
that way,
this-
at least historically, if it goes up, that's where they're going. Oh no, it's going
Sucks.
from bad to worse. Riv. FNS has no idea.
Oh, he let
I
it go
saw-
to the last second, too. Beautiful play by Mariz. Fakes to jump out. I think he got a tag on the fact that Ye was there, so they know the operator's just on the other side. As the wall goes up again, they seem fearless going in, but Ye
Diablo.
on the money with his off.
Second ult has come through as the spike goes down. What do Envy have in them? What do they do to turn the tides? Because this has been brutal of a beginning here for the North American representative, and it seems to be going from
Yeah,
bad to
just
worse.
top
As Ye's been
yellow,
cleaned up as
huge.
well. Victor trying to dance around the smoke. Nothing doing quite yet as the spike continues to tick away. There's no flank. There's nobody coming around. They're going to have to
what
brute
the-
force their way through this thing. Crashies with a great
what the-
start, but Victor
Straight
drops.
up.
Joe, yep, cleaning that up as well as the Blade Storm comes online. Marv slowly peeking his way around. No, when you're staring at 3 like that, or 2, excuse me, and 1 was just around the corner, what do you do? A 7-1 start from Vivo Key.
Doug, absolutely seamless so far. From Vivo Keyed, it doesn't look like they've had trouble getting into a site. It doesn't look like they've been flustered by any of Envy's aggression
all good,
at any
it's
point in
ICEBOX.
time in this game, and it seems like they always have the perfect angles held.
One map.
It really is all good though.
They are just waxing the floor right now with Envy as it goes to, and we are going to be heading into round 9 right now, 7-1, and we'll get a tactical timeout from Envy.
Yeah, and this, you know, maybe a
People
bit
were saying
late, but
NAY quiet. Or
definitely
J9Y
needed.
quiet. I'm not quiet. You guys forget that I have Sentinels in my back pocket.
They're having a good time. You see
this isn't my all-in card.
On your screen there.
You gotta
So
remember.
Really
this is where my heart lies because I love Envy, or I love Kujan.
I don't know that anybody expected this.
But
I think that's the magic that Vivo.
If I need the NA
right
card,
now.
we can pull out
Vivo
Sentinels if you want.
Out of Brazil, out of nowhere, mind you, taking down the top 4 teams. I've got Gamelanders, Furia, Vikings, Sharks, saying thank you very much. Passing through that and bringing the momentum here to Masters Berlin. And like I said, I think that unexpected magic is what is really taking Envy by storm. Now Envy has no footing in economy.
Right.
They're trying to find a way back through different portions and through different angles. Each of those angles is held. It does not seem like Envy has an answer currently, but it will be the answer that they can adapt. That's what we're looking for. How does Envy adapt here to at least make this a 7-5? It looks like Vivo is just going to take more rounds, honestly, Doug.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have not shown any signs of slowing down. I was about to call that out. It's a pistol round with the exception of Marv, who has a Phantom, so you can tell they want to get more ult points.
I just realized that Liquid's not even here.
No.
Hopefully bring that Viper spin online. You've got a couple additionally on the side of Envy, so you've got something cooking here, but I mean,
no edge shot machine.
Right? Like,
Liquid and Fnatic, the last two that were at the other tournament. Remember when we said though,
they just seem entirely
how
their first shots
I guess what I said is I don't even think those are like the best EU teams that were there. I think we have better EU teams now.
I think Sean said that.
We're seeing that here. Ye's able to get a nice one to Vixen as they start the
and you heard it and you're like, I
very well played by Mirrors wrapping around the corner at the exact time, but Crashy's good for 2 with the Sheriff. That's going to drop things down to a 2v2. Now Crashy's just 5 health. Joe's going to clean up FNS. Again, that's
Breach
the lurk.
Sometimes.
I want to see my boy
hasn't
Breach.
been there. Right, like they've been able to have a beat on it the entire time. What kind of shot? Oh, Crashies, good for 4 with the Sheriff.
3D headshots looking for 4 for the clutch.
The Raz is gonna need a 5.
So much more difficult. But he's gonna upgrade a weapon. Crashies has a chance.
Oh my god.
That's it. That's the turnaround.
They're back.
That's the turnaround right there.
All good.
Is this
wow.
Cosplaying is
back into that roster, and is this where the comeback starts?
RPGing.
It just never ends with Crashy's clutches. You have to be kidding me in every sense of the phrase. Oh my God, Crashies.
1 enemy remaining.
Riv, and like what a perfect time, right? Because they were, they were 6 feet under. Things did not look good. The first half had been absolutely disastrous. They needed that in that moment.
The res, the everything, and that's a res pulled out of Joe.
Yep.
That's ultimates, 3 ready now. That was the round. We said if this continues to go to Vivo Keyed, they will just surmount so many over Envy in this first half. So we'll see if the 7-5 can be possible now, as Envy's getting a little more aggressive again. That put a vibe back in their step.
Victor going in aggressive. The Hunter's Fury's there as well. Victor's good for 1.
He almost got the double.
He was trying to catch the Sova, but that worked.
He didn't even hit the Sova, did he?
No.
I
think he just thought he was ulting from the back. Oh no, you gotta hit that, yay.
Fire.
Yeah,
oh, Diablo.
Stand out in the open. He's like, you're not gonna think I'm here. Like you said,
this is such a rad angle.
Tight spots right now. Envy's trying to pull out all of the stops here to make sure the last round can be theirs on the first half of this ICEBOX matchup.
Gotta use that.
Slow movement into A. Vivo Keyed has had success.
And if we take A, using it then.
See if it ends here.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, like, Joe's going to be able to get him for free, right? Like, Envy clearly playing off-site. They're playing retake. They're not worried about it, and for good reason. They have Crashy's Hunter's Fury. They have the lockdown as well, and there's no counter on the other side for it, right? So they can play off of it and then lean in on their ultimates to do just that, to get the kill onto Joe. The spike is down, and now they're going to be able to creep their way forward. FNS
still there.
Across the middle of the map onto Vixen, and TK still hasn't gotten the spike down. Full numbers in favor of Envy. Of course, as I say that, he good for 1, not able to land the second. Gave her a haircut on the way out. Is he going to be able to land the second shot? Slowly, surely, trepidatiously working their way forward, but no, Victor good for 1 on NTK. Crashies cleans up the last. Envy, get another one.
A little whiff.
There was a slight discussion. I don't know if it was during the tactical timeout or the last few rounds that actually made that one work, but They
now
feel
lose
comfortable
to
now
Envy.
coming in as
9-3
a
Curse,
team.
get
Like
that
you said,
dub.
leaving the site. I think a lot of that round opening up here was comms from FNS in mid, knowing that, you know, somebody's near me. Most likely the Viper cleans her up in the end, but that lets the rest of the team know what they're going to be facing and how worried they have to be on a retake.
You hear everyone
or
complaining about the
positioning
headsets?
themselves for an angle to take that
No,
site
what happened?
7-3 here as we come into round
Apparently
11.
you can't hear shit. You literally can't hear anything
Started
at
off
all in
very
this tournament.
hot. Envy started to
You can barely
That's
hear
still
like a
a lot
Sova
of rounds.
drone or
Now this is
Sky
the
Dog
first
or
time,
any of
if I'm
it.
not mistaken, that we've seen
Why?
Vixen put out his
What'd
Viper
they do?
util before
Well,
the
you don't wear
round
earbuds.
starts. So this is a
You're
different
wearing,
you just wear those
you're wearing those,
time
yeah.
previously it's been
Oh,
later in the
that's
rounds they
why,
act
yeah.
off of that. This is
Yep.
the first
And the
early
No.
he gets the best
Microphones
of
are pretty
FNS.
bad too.
Not all good. Yeah, those are terrible. Normally, that's why you use in-ears.
And he is showing why continuously
Yep.
opening up
Mics
these
usually
first
are okay,
bloods
though.
on players like
I'm
FNS
surprised the
means
mics
those
are
round
bad.
clutches dwindle a little bit more for
That's why I'm really curious
Again,
how
the A play, it looks like they are just
how does
stampeding
Sentinels
through
play
on
without
this
audio?
one.
Are they gonna play good? I feel like they'll
Play better, probably.
I feel like they'll be pretty good.
Highlighted him as probably one
I think
of
they'll be better.
the best.
Yeah.
Venture as far as to say maybe the best in Brazil, and you can tell with
Let
how
the
he's played
demons
so
loose.
far. You can certainly see where that claim comes from. Finds himself in a great spot too. Drone's cleared out. Excuse me, the dart is cleared out. Yay, drops already, and he's still in a great spot. Marv slowly creeping his way forward as the spike continues to tick away. Just 2 members left on the side of Envy. Marv good for 1 though, as he gets his. Oh, just narrowly missing the second.
This is exactly what Joe said in the beginning, right? He will be up front. He's in there behind enemy lines. He has always been in this spot, and he's more than happy to. Oh my God, shit's in the night. You gotta be kidding me. They just crossed each other.
Crashies
One
once
more?
again in a clutch situation. NTK down to 1 health. Vixen full health, but there's just not enough time.
Dude.
Oh, he's so good.
He is.
He lost, but he's so
No,
good.
there's just not enough time.
There was too much hype. I didn't hear the fast beep. I thought that was a medium beep. It was easy to call once he got on it. Oh my word. Damage is done there. It's a final round. It can matter a little bit, but I think Vivo Keyed has the money to get back into just a buy round for this, but and then he peeks because they know the time is obviously there.
Yep.
Us yelling, obviously can't hear them. 8 to possibly 4, 9-3 could be that first half score. Let's find out here.
A couple of key ultimates close for members on Vivo Key. You've got Heat.
Like I said, they gotta lose this
and
round.
we're
9-3
1
Curse.
point away
Easy.
from having each of those online, the Bladestorm and the Empress, respectively. Now, at least for Vivo Key on the attack, again, a heavy look towards A. You see that Viper util go out, and it looks like it's going to be another heavy one that way, and yeah.
I mean, they're already just that, as you said, the wall being out really means that any one of them going through has to put themselves in an incredibly dangerous situation. And another follow-up shock, though. Great damage to start and take that armor off.
Finally, they use that.
All right, lockdown comes online, so you're either going to have to pull off of the site or go further in, right, to be able to clear out of some of that stuff. There aren't very many good options, so for Vivo Key, they're going to have to fight through this, and that looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Victor was able to take one out on the way. There was one player was the team, but take a look at the flank. Take a look at the flank. As Vixen wraps his way around, Vixen moves behind the enemy lines. Marv able to take care of Joe, however, as Vixen continues to creep his way forward. There is the defuse, though. The timing was not right. The play was there. The positioning was there.
Stick it with the wall.
They should have lost that round, though.
And a desperately needed round
now the
from
Curse
Envy
is
there to close out that half.
Holy moly, what a one by them.
No, man, no. All right, break for 3 minutes. Everybody take a nap.
What a round indeed. And again, Riv, like,
Take it
given
back
how
now,
that
y'all.
first half went, that was a needed round, right?
Seeing how everything went back and forth, and Envy was only able to creep in for a few rounds, but Vivo Keyed also answered back, kind of tells me Envy was not liking either of those situations. The best thing they came up with was only in the last few rounds, and that was the full retake as a team and try to trade every kill that came through it. And some of those just relied on a 4K, right? Or almost the kills. And a lot of almost is never going to win you a match. If Vivo Keyed is coming in with the for sure shots, a lot of opening first bloods, and it's very hard to take a game if that's what you're up against.
Well, we'll see what sort of magic and tomfoolery Vivo Keyed were up to, as Sean's going to break down everything he saw in that, well, at least one round of everything he saw in the first half. Sean, take it away.
Yeah, guys, Vivo Keyed look really good, and that's not a good sign for NA, and I'm going to show you guys why they put a lot of prep into this game. So I picked out a round where they clearly have an idea of what Envy like to do. So what we're going to draw attention to first, actually, is Maurice over here at A and why he gets openings. So before we ever even start the clip, let's talk about why he gets openings. He's going to get it because of the Viper wall over at B, the smoke mid that we've talked about previously. But I'm going to talk about why his Viper wall that he's going to lay down is so good. The one you're seeing right now on the screen, this is actually the defensive Viper wall. And the reason why this one's good is because it requires the attackers to cross it many times. And this is what makes a good Viper wall, right? You're going to have to cross it once here, once here, once here going towards the site, once there, and then you're going to have to cross it back, going back if you plant the spike. So that's what makes a good wall. Now with that in mind, let's start playing the clip. And you can see all 4 of the players right now on Vivo Keyed are grouping at B. The drone is coming through right now clearing, and the jet is right behind it. And if we pause right here, we can see exactly what's going on. So 4 people aggressively pushing B. Envy is realizing this, actually. And even though Ye falls aggressively on the belt over here, what you're going to see is Envy actually is very aware that this is going to be a B hit. Victor is the only one left at A.
It feels good, right? You kind of just to let him rest, let the balls rest.
So let's keep rolling it a little bit.
Let the sack hang.
No, let the balls, like your eyeballs.
And you can see the Viper wall from the attack side comes in,
your nuts.
and there it is. And that blocks all of the vision from the Envy players. But you can see, actually, Envy responds by getting a little bit aggressive in mid. But as Maurice gets more and more ground over here at this A site, he takes out Victor in almost the same exact spot as Ye. And here's actually what's happening. Look how passive he is right here. He's playing this passive because he knows El Diablo, from watching these North American games, is a hyper-aggressive jet. And Ye will always look for those first bloods. So they put the lurking Reyna over here at A, everyone's worst nightmare in ranked. And then they cross mid by reactivating this Viper poison orb. It was absolutely perfect timing. Actually, Envy had 2 players holding that cross. And if we pause here again, Maurice actually holding the cross for his teammates, making sure that no one comes into screens. These players are unaware that someone could be out on the rafters in back A site. So they, instead of rushing towards the site to plant, they let Heat, who is on this insane lurk with Bladestorm, activate this lurk. And this is what's showing me that Vivo Keyed is just a very dynamic team. This is an incredible mid-game read by them. So let's keep playing the clip here. And what you're going to see is Heat get activated here. He's going to find a kill, I believe, on FNS, right as he crosses into screens.
Yeah.
And that just causes so much confusion.
In the chat.
Right away, another frag happens on Rafters, and we're in a 1-on-5.
Oh, I thought that's what you meant.
This is actually insane, considering that Envy had good reads on the situation.
No, I love that,
but
Sean.
these early
you just don't
Reyna
like the other
frags
I don't like the other
really
Sean.
open things up. And
Sean
the
bad
reactivation
matters.
of the poison orb to cross back to A perfectly
what are your
allowed Heat to get back on this lurk.
Finesse
and there's just no
or?
shot for Envy in this round. Honestly, they got completely outplayed.
27%?
I am terrified for them right now moving through this series because Vivo Keyed has done their homework. They're ready to play. And this could be a quick series like the first 2, guys.
I mean, like,
he was bummed.
Yes,
he wanted to
indeed.
keep
We're
going.
back. Thank you so much, Sean. You're right. Dynamic. That's the one thing that's been
I got more rounds to talk about.
In watching them. And then Riv, I don't want to be the one to start casting a little doom and gloom, but for Vivo Keyed, their defensive half is statistically better than their attacking half. So we're going into a spot where Vivo Keyed, at least, again, technically, should be even more impressive. Now, for Envy,
wrap it up, Sean.
Right? 4 reps.
True. Right. Yeah, if we look at the
funny.
reps that they have on ICEBOX, again, over the past 3-4 months, it's 11 plays on that side of Vivo Keyed with a 7-4
The all-important pistol here.
Envy's 2-2. Right. The
Mr.
4
Envy.
whole plays. You scrim it, you do this, but that pressure isn't the same. You're doing different things in scrims.
Are you gonna lose this map, or
absolutely? We'll see what Envy can do
even
on
it
their
out?
pistol, on their attacking half.
You
Hot and
decide
heavy
now.
going down towards A, but Murius is already there. And we talked about a Reyna in a pistol round
You
and how
guys
devastating
on
she can
hopefully
be.
Haven.
She's already started off with 2, looking to get 3 again. Oh my goodness, looking to
Please
get
someone
4.
shoot this guy in the
As
head,
Murius has already
please.
gotten 3, he's going to dismiss away.
Unbelievable how you
Out
missed
of
that.
all
Who
his
is that?
utility
That
now,
Diablo?
this is just
No,
going to
it's
be what he
Food.
has in the tank to fight the 2 in front. Sees the leg of one. That's going to be Victor going down. And they're just going to finalize this one on Marv. Playing it smart, playing it safe.
The thing is, they're not even getting to do what they want to do.
Yeah. Prime Gaming
like, they're just not even shooting back right there.
Vivo starting off hot. Given the deficit that Envy found themselves looking at halftime, you need that pistol, right?
You need it
real bad.
Because you didn't get the first one.
Exactly, and now we're talking about a 9-4, more than likely a 10-4. Right, going into the second half. We talked about how statistically that's better for them. That's not the look you want to see going into this.
Absolutely awesome stuff. And actually looking at what we usually see here for Maurice, he did come from Game Landers, right? Or sorry, he used to play for Pain Gaming. Duelist there, so he feels super comfortable in the role, but he plays so much for the squad.
Yes.
Here, back on his Duelist role, feeling like everything is working out. He is getting opening shots, as Sean was saying, with Heat right behind him.
Now, Ye has a Marshall, but Ye... Yeah, I just don't know if they're going to have much to work with there. As you see, Vixen's going to be the one who's going to get back up. He's going to have to backpedal there. He's been hurt a little bit. He's down to 49 health.
Get away.
And we've shown a lot of presence be long. But the problem is, you've got Heat who's taken away mid. As they rotate out, once again, they find themselves in a chokehold that they're not going to be able to easily get by. Heat should be able to land the shots. He was able to tag one up, dash away, get away with his life. But the pressure's there. They feel that.
All right, Envy, what do you got on this one? Ye's able to find one with the Marshall there. Vixen goes
What's going on? Ye want to fight mid, apparently.
5v4 is reset. Audio cut.
Please,
slow walk
they're yellow this
over
time.
to the other site. Spread.
Just nade it, anything.
As thin as possible to make sure you're only seeing maybe one or no utility as you head to the site. B is going to be the execute. NTK waiting patiently.
They say second time is the charm, I believe.
Like, why?
For a second time, and that's unfortunately not going to be the case this time around. Marv was able to get one. It looks like they should be able to get the spike down as well, so financially, okay. You've got something cooking, but now you've got the remaining members of Vivo Key that have started to rotate over. Maurice is going to be the last one who's going to show up.
But they literally had that same thing happen 30 seconds ago.
Right? There was no lineup, there's no nade, there's nothing to really cause problems with here as the spike has started. FNS good for 2 though.
Okay. Fuck, man.
Quick cleanup, quick cleanup there.
Good work, good work.
Not what we were expecting as they kind of turned and were trading and Vivo Key came in. But Envy finds themselves a quick round there, a much needed round as we were talking about how important pistols were. Even better if they can start shutting down the bleeding right after Vivo Key feels like they can run away with the first 3 here for your gun round. That is not
a little bit of luck on their side.
Yeah. Coming in from FNS, feeling
wonder if he
good
dinked the guy first in the back as well.
And it looks like they're gonna do a little exec towards A. A nice hold on the flank by FNS here, so they can make sure they have all of the info before they execute.
That's a start.
Now, this round may not. Well, actually, given how the previous round went, I kind of hesitate to say this. Is look at how He's already taken the rope across, and he's gotten undetected. No, Victor sniffed it out. Spidey senses tingling. Heat drops. But the thing is, this round technically should go in favor of Envy. But I think the important thing here is the economy has gone absolutely sideways. Right? Like, this should not play out this way. But Vivo Key right now, they did just get that upgraded weapon off of Vixen, but
hilarious, really, to watch.
This shouldn't have gone this way.
Seems like Envy's warming up a little bit. Really shaking off all the cobwebs on that. These rounds, I mean, it was on defense, but these rounds for Envy were just absolute stampedes for Vivo Key, taking win after win. So now that we see they have a little bit of gumption behind them, Envy's going to make their run. Vandals in hand. Not going to see any operators from that side, but it is going to be Heat holding hard angles. It's up now to Envy to figure out where Heat is, break his first angle, and then be able to get the rotation on Vivo Key and spread them once again. It's a process here. Envy's not doing their opening shot game that just kind of wows you right now. It's a little more methodical.
Heat looking for an opening shot game, and he might get the shot on it. No, Ye dashes back. The up shot doesn't land. He gets tagged up, and Ye certainly wins that duel. Now they have a bit more presence across mid as well.
I feel like your brain thinks the dash is safe.
Already took his first shot. Gotta feel better about that.
Forward.
What, forward?
Spike is down for the moment, so they have not decided which way they want to go. You can always look at the spike and kind of tell the intentions of a team, how favorable they even fielded Vipers up on pipes. You know, they have not moved with the spike yet. They're still listening for audio. That's actually what Marv is doing right now, taking in every bit of input that he can to deliver to the team, and they have a great push up onto B. So it's their oyster. The world is their oyster here. What are they going to do?
Well, what I think the interesting thing too is Sean was talking about how dynamic Vivo Key are. They've shown so many different looks. Look at this one, right? Noise has been cut. They have no idea where Envy are. They're playing so far back.
It's true.
Like, yeah, we're not going to give you anything.
Yeah. Let that op go to work.
Yep.
Let Heat do something with it before you see anything.
30 seconds.
Oh, they don't know he's yellow, but he's
There's a bit of a cross. The Roomba's there, but it's not going to be around for long as Victor isn't either. He gets cleaned up. Now they should have a very good idea with 20 seconds left that the hit is one on to B. FNS with the spike, looking to get it down. Oh, Ye's good for 2. The snake bite tags him up, but the spike does go down. There is the lockdown as well, and that's exactly what comes out. Ye has the blade storm to work with. This Mirrors is working his way across the middle of the map.
Hard, they're gonna get hit from all angles, but
Literally
win the
dominating.
fight. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, El Diablo's not winning any of these duels! And that's so big, that's such a big confidence play from Mirrors, but Marv able to take care of him. Numbers advantage still in favor of Envy, albeit slight, but it's there as the spike continues to tick away. Vivo Kid are gonna have to bust a move here if they want a chance to win this round as Vixen creeping his way forward. FNS on the other side. He left alone with the op, not able to save it either. Yeah, he drops, Envy get to 7, slowly but surely, step by step.
Yep.
Envy are working their way back.
All right, let's take stock of the game.
There's a
You can look at
chance.
the scoreboard
Actually, all good.
Kills you know, anybody on the bottom doesn't tell you much.
I did timer up top.
FNS
Wiggles.
participating in a lot of the important frags at the end of that one. So let's look at the ultimates. Let's
Noticed
look
that
at how the
yesterday,
rounds
but
are
I
going
didn't
and
say
where the
anything
money's
about it.
at. That's 3 rounds in favor of Envy here.
I assumed it was
2,900 now
just a
going into the hands
bug.
of Vivo Kid. So that's if Heat dies, he has
Is it?
2,900, right? A little
Just
bit
in the
more
game,
across the
or-
board. Or no, sorry, they're going to be ripped. I'm looking at a 0 bar.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
But yeah, that money is going to be super tough now that they're still continuing to
Oh,
buy,
God.
still continuing to find marshals. Oh, Maurice.
Whoa,
Never mind.
Hit
They're
him
just making me
shooting
pro
at
with
the
these shots.
turret.
Again, Reyna with a pistol,
Kinda
like,
cringe.
she just has the possibility
Really
to cause
cool
so many
deagle,
problems.
too.
But okay, Marvin Victor stabilize the situation as
The
does
heck just
Crashies. His
happened?
numbers go back their way, but these kills, Riv, are just being traded back and forth every time.
It's really hard actually for the defense to react or even the offense to react. So you can see the teams kind of resetting a situation for a few seconds before moving forward because these frags are coming in so quick and disrupting what each of the strategies are on take and retake.
Oh,
Still a
no.
showstopper here. If they can identify where the members are, that might be a viable option.
Yep, Marv was on the flank. He was able to get the last kill. So now
I mean,
it's
quick
just
spawn and
Vixen
blanked him.
alone
Pretty,
as the spike continues to tick away.
Thought they were doing
He's got
something
a
pretty
rifle.
dumb, being separated like that. They got pretty lucky, I think.
Orb on the spike, gets the
If
tag
that guy went
immediately,
spawn, he would
pulls
just
out
owned him.
61 health, no armor to work with as well, and no health to work with after that shot
What
as
if
Victor
they
cleans him
won?
up,
Take
and he
it.
gets to 8, and they are refusing
Oh, yeah.
to
Take
give
it.
anything
NA
up
number
here.
1, always.
No matter
Seems like
what
they're
they do,
stringing together
even if they
all
make
their
mistakes,
own,
they're
and when
still number
Envy
1.
has
It's the
the
best
momentum, that's
mistake.
when we've seen them be so powerful. They can start working off each other.
Yeah, you hit him
Ye
shooting
can
at
do
the
its own
turret.
thing. We know Victor and Crashies are that
hilarious.
combination that go
Didn't
from
even get a
team to
chance.
team, and they synergize so well. It adds a lot of power to Envy. You get a package out of those two. So all of that coming together for Envy now, really coming online. 3 ultimates there.
How
as
many
well to
hours
use.
does Sentinels play?
All right, so Ye's got an op. He's going to be holding down A. Marv just alone towards B, but he's got
20.
the ultimate. So, assuming at this point you hear anything, you can get into a position where you
23,
drop it or
22
back
hours.
up and save that as teammates show up
Oh no, it's
to
happening
rotate
again,
for help.
dude.
Meanwhile, you've got heavy presence mid.
No, the potion. Brewing
You
inside
got
me.
something wrong with your
It's the first time we've
stomach
seen Envy
today.
just 5 mana towards the
Ow.
situation.
Go,
They're actually
go handle
trying
it.
to see how
Relieve
hard
yourself.
they can get Vivo Key to pressure the T
Oh,
side of the map,
no.
the attacking side of the map, but it does not look
It's always
like
when the
they're going
games are like
past the board,
9-9,
and that's
9-8,
very
9-10. Like, it can't be when it's 1 fucking 0, huh?
And now they go
Or like 11 to
Satchel.
1.
Yeah,
They're not landing
true.
on anything with the showstopper. But they've gotten space, right? They've gotten
Oh.
the site.
Potion is
But what they have
brewing
lost is
again.
FNS.
Yeah, Vixen actually took quite a bit of
Like,
damage
I've made
on that
like
splash
4 mana pots
through
at
the
this point.
wall, just on the other side of the
No
garage.
way.
With your own special brew.
Down NTK.
The spike is still not down. It has been recollected as Joe drops. All right, Marv is going to go ahead and drop the Viper's Pit, so they're looking to secure this round. They desperately need it. You've got the remaining members of Vivo Kid. We're still really kind of playing off-site. Vixen's the only one who's close to the
Oh,
remaining
no.
two are mid. Vixen is good for it.
30
On to
seconds
Victor.
left.
But it's still a 3v3 here. Ye does have the op. Spike still has not been planted.
Heat from the flank. Beautiful flank. Oh, my word.
Wow.
Now, he still has plenty of health, so he's
Whiff.
going to be able to re-aggress.
Whiff,
But
whiff,
the spike
whiff,
did
whiff,
finally go
whiff.
down. And it's going to be countered by their own Viper Pit. So
Yeah,
it's
you
just
gotta
going to
hit
be green
something,
gooey
man.
mess across
Marv.
Screen all over the place as you see him overlap almost perfectly, looking like a Venn diagram on your mini map. Good for it onto Marv, so that's going to drop theirs. That's going to give Vivo Kid so much more room to work with. As Ye is weak, Crashy's 1 point away from having his 100 Fury online. Vixen's starting to get the tap. Vixen's looking to get it, and it doesn't matter. They're going to get the kills. The defeat will follow shortly thereafter.
Really well
Vivo
for
Kid increased the
there.
lead back to 2.
And that's what we saw them taking the wins off of in the first half. A chaotic round where they can just mill about, basically set up defense inside the site somewhere. You see Heat always near that box in A, along with a few members of the team. And they just love being able to play these quick peek angles, pinch angles, and getting after a team once that chaos has started. Beautiful. And I think they know when they have that upper hand in the situation, because at the moment you're retaking a site like that, the moment you start getting consecutive frags, that's when you see a team looking back and forth. That's when they're messed up and discombobulated. And Vivo Kid playing off that well. 10-8 as we get to round 19, Doug.
Ult Orb going into Victor's pockets, one step closer to having the showstopper online, and much like we saw in the previous round, it's going to be a heavy lean towards B. You've got Vivo Kid have gotten a ton of info across the middle of the map from NTK's drone, so they know that there's very little presence there. Excellent kill, though, onto Vixen. That should give them a bit of room to work with, but you've got Heat with the op and the Blade Storm in his back pocket. Ye has to be careful here.
Literally cat and mouse. Nobody's going to peek on this one. This is the patience we saw from both, or we're seeing from both teams. It continues. Carries the look. Ye waits a little bit longer. It gets the upper hand. The spray coming in from Joe.
Spike is not gone down yet.
Man, it starts good for Envy, and then it just breaks apart.
You've also got Maris on the opposite side of the map, waiting to see if they're going to flip it, but no. Now that Spike goes down, he knows he's going to have to rotate over. He's going to show up a bit late, but excellent from NTK. Let's wait. If they can get a little bit more help, maybe get a kill, then they can bring that Hunter's Fury online and cause some problems.
FNS with a fantastic watch towards mid. Already took one down. Does it through the Lear as well onto Maurice. It looks like they'll back up just a little bit on this one, knowing they're quite safe. Ye's going to find the final kill to bring it 10-9 here. Envy 1 away from tying this up, and I believe this starts to put a lot of pressure on Vivo Kid and where they are in that economy game.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing about that as we talk through economy in these specific rounds is none of these rounds have come easy, really, for either team, right? Like, they haven't been big sweeps. They haven't been, I think we've had one flawless round.
No money.
It's been very close, down to 1v1s, 1v2s, and that has significant impact on economy as the rounds play out.
And you got to think of what that last round actually did.
You know what's stronger than
win
Brazil?
A round, but if you're that late in the game and you win a round, then lose a round, that is detrimental, because now they're looking at an eco. If they lose another round, they're not even getting that much round loss money. So they are now, Vivo Kid, in a much tighter position economy-wise to be able to take this game. And Envy has been setting this up consistently throughout it. Obviously, you look for the frags, you look for the fights, but they start to understand their money roll, what they can do, and what winning certain rounds will do against Vivo. So, again, having that round for Vivo to reset their money back to one loss being $1,900 is kind of hurting.
Certainly going to hurt, and as you see, kind of it's starting to mess with them, right? Vivo Kid, while they have seemed to have been in control for every round up until very recently, now they're the ones who are calling the attack, slow things down. We're on the cusp of taking down a high premier organization from North America in the opening map of this best of 3. Let's not make sure we lose control of the moment. That's exactly what Vivo Kid do. But the thing is, I mean, it could happen here, but they do only have pistols, Rip.
And you can see that round 17, 18, 19 is the one. Vivo brought one back. And Envy being able to take round 19 really hurts. Eco, 3 ultimates ready.
Come on, you can't do that with knives, though.
Yes.
You needed that. He doesn't have any more.
Envy creeping their way up towards A. You've got a couple
actually throwing,
rotating over. You've got NTK who's shown up. You've also got JHL.
How much is an updraft?
Excuse me. You've got Joe.
150.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't play Jet.
It's 150.
For Envy, while the noise was cut, they are going to at least spot Victor. So now Vivo Kid understand that much, right? They know there is one player.
They say minus 200 in
chat.
chat.
Know at this point that there's a death ball waiting on the other side.
A little bit of push on B, and no noise yet.
1 to 5th day.
Vivo Kid to infer that they can rotate over. You already see that Joe is going towards A a little bit to hold that mid area. and make sure they have a lean towards that execution.
Yeah, and I think at this point there should be no more question of where NV are. You've seen Sova util, you've seen Raze util, you've seen a little bit of everything.
But wait, as soon as you think Envy's going to be in, they're going to be hopping out slow to see if that mid flank is being worked again, a place where Heat likes to play, pushing out of the tube. They don't find him. We've seen Maurice here as well on a few rounds.
30 seconds left.
And it looks like FNS he's taken up his spot, right? Yep. That's where he lives on ICEBOX here.
All right, Envy have gotten all the way up to 410.
They're playing this eco so
just how good Maurice can be with the Sheriff.
Look at the time right now. They're going to lose.
As he's able to get 13 seconds left. Now for Envy, this is go time. You cannot wait much longer to get the spike down.
Far, at least. They have good
drops, Victor gets the spike down, a little jiggle, a little shoulder, and my goodness,
really scary, though,
to do something like that. Yes. Get away with it. Maurice does drop Heat with the Blade Storm, though. Looking to equalize things. The burst misses. He's going to be able to dash across. He's still working his way in as Victor drops.
How is this even this close?
Just down to Vixen in a 1v2.
It took like 8 years to do anything.
Yeah, but they're all whiffing, too.
Drop FNS on the way over. Yeah,
like every single person on Envy whiffed every single person with the classic.
This is going to be a tough. Oh, why'd you turn before he got her on the corner? Oh, no. Yay. Coming up with that hold, and he backstepped just in time to get that corner safe for himself. Smart play and strong to get it to 10-10 here from Envy. Everybody participating in these frags. We can see it starting off. Heat again being the first one to trade, and he's just so versatile when he gets out. Blade in classic, and he's doing damage.
Shooting down is really difficult for him. I noticed when he was on 410, he whiffed on a guy below him, and then right there he whiffed on that guy.
Below him. Shooting down's always hard.
All right, now Envy find
That's
themselves
not even
tied.
like,
They've been on
I
their
mean,
back
like, he wasn't right
really
under
the
him
entire
right there.
game, and now they find themselves
Maybe it's the way he holds his mouse.
It really essentially 0-0 first to 3. Envy leaning towards B, but a much slower start, right? Like no early denial of space. You do have the Hunter's Fury. It's come out.
He go.
And we did see a couple tags. It's going to be traded back
successful.
out. As Zhao and Crashes both drop as dueling Hunter's Furies.
Oh, you got a tag as well on Ye.
He gets the op shot on Ye.
He's
had his number for like the majority of the map. He's able to get a second one onto Victor as well. That op's still online. And now they've got a problem because you can see Vivo Keed slowly but surely suffocating out the space that Envy have to work with. They've taken mid. They've taken A. You've only got space across B long. And guess what? You've got an op steering you down there as well. An excellent response from Vivo Keed. As Envy slowly try to claw their way back into this thing, they shut the damn door on them.
And it's a disgusting amount of pressure on Vivo Keed in these rounds. We talked about the economy. We talked about losing these rounds and what it meant with how much of a bankroll that Envy had in the last few rounds, getting those consecutive wins. And this, to start this off as well, almost dodges it. Pulls it back on the strafe jump. Nicely done, but as you said, NTK is able to finish up onto Crashies, and these frags coming in from Heat. He is so confident about his play. Another 3K for him. Team is ready. Vivo Keed knows this could easily be their map, and they are not letting up one bit.
Vivo Keed once again have taken the lead. Envy still at a place where they could buy up. So you've still got an op in the hands of Ye. You still have a couple of very key ultimates in the hands of Victor and FNS, but Vivo Keed, look at how aggressive they are. Look at how much space they've taken mid already. They're fearless, Riv.
Throws down the ultimate, and they're just going to be able to hang out behind this, wait for it to go off, and then they'll smother. The turret allows Envy to know, but now it's about setting up a garrison, and they haven't even made it in the site yet.
Crashy's able to trade one out, but he is in serious trouble as they're running at him as the lockdown, cancels out. Ye with the op. As you hear, the showstopper has come out as well. Victor drops at the hands of a snakebite of all things. The round has gone absolutely sideways for Envy. How many more chances do you have? How many more opportunities do you have if you're Envy to claw your way back into this thing? Yay. El Diablo finds himself in a 1v3. He's
that guy is so...
That guy's throwing.
He's actually dumb for that.
As he's cut noise. But they know
he just would not give it up. He has to get this kill.
He's got the Blade Storm in his back pocket as well. Slowly creeping his way forward. Oh, but they've spotted him. They know where he is. Vixen's got his number. Yay, just down to 18 health.
Look at this.
Brutal spot.
So hard to win.
Thinks
he's not going to win it.
The guy is, like, even if he kills this guy, there's no way he expects this guy to be screened.
He's just alone and has to wonder where that flank is now coming from.
What's his play? I mean, at this point, you get the spike down for economy. But no, Ye jumps out, and NTK is waiting there. Vivo Keed, excuse me, at map point.
amazing.
Match point.
Vivo keyed, not letting up one bit, losing rounds on literally things that put them almost to $0 in just classics. They're able to have the ultimates necessary for those rounds. Having the Blade Storm for when they were put down on their econ late game that would usually crush a team right in its tracks. And here, the patience. No need to pressure. They know what Ye can do in that situation, and they will not allow it to happen.
Envy, North American representative, find themselves with their backs against the ropes early on in this best of three as Vivo Key has given them everything they can handle and then a bit more.
What is that?
Economy's still okay enough. Ye, the one exception. He has a Marshall, but he does have that Blade Storm to work with. Victor looking to go in aggressive. Goes up top and he drops.
What?
It's just aggression out of
Gonna
Envy,
tell
and it
you
wasn't
what
matched up by
any of these
anything.
teams
He
are
just
doing
gets
right now.
popped right off
This
the
is
bat.
like-
Mark
it's
is so
like
weak as
grind
well, but
is
you're
what
right.
it is.
Ye has
Like
gotten
an
in behind
absolute
enemy
grind.
lines with that Blade Storm.
I think he meant to
in
go
an excellent
forward,
spot. I don't know that he spotted
to
Miracle.
be honest.
I don't know he spotted,
But
but
then that
he is
wouldn't
going to
make
drop at the hands
sense
of FNS.
either,
Marv
but
trading it out.
didn't
They have
look like
control
he
of
meant
the
to
site,
go
so
up.
they should be able to get the spike down. Vixen's going to save. And, oh, I thought he was going to try to get the ult orb. He wouldn't have had
I
time
mean, they
to
got
do
the
it anyway to
round,
bring
so
that
whatever, and they never
ult
won.
online. So,
But
unless there's some serious magic out of Vixen here in this 1v3, we should be playing another round. And Riv, we need to start talking about the possibility of overtime here.
Absolutely. Envy coming up with the rounds in this one with the
This is the first overtime of the tournament?
We actually saw that
no way.
Ye was able
They
to
lost
execute
13-11.
in mid, get a
Go
cheeky
next.
spot over that wall, and they didn't know he was
See you in
kitchen.
Berlin.
But it ended up that B and Kitchen weren't even necessary for Ye. As he takes one, the map was literally already opened up by the rest of the team. He cleans up 3 as the stragglers start to pull around.
Right.
And Envy find themselves another round. So as soon as Ye can go off and do his own thing, it's fantastic. Here they'll switch it up, operator versus operator. Our final round possibly of our first map.
And we make it a little something in that op and op across the middle of the map. He working to play forward, but no, Ye draws blood first. He gets away without having to pay for it. A rare miss
He's
from
got a
Heat.
kill.
But they're going to have to work their way through that Viper
Lion,
if they want to
always moving.
Turret's already up to kind of let him know if anybody pushed. That's
he's getting a
FNS
freebie. He's getting a
moving
freebie.
into A. As you said, the Viper
Too
ult
much
being
movement.
up
Too much
makes things
movement.
a little harder.
Just fucking hold the
Ye
angle,
picks up another
brother.
one. He's been able to do 2 rounds
You
in a
can't
row
just
with
keep.
an operator.
You're using the
He
op
is
like a
the one to
rifle. You
find
can't
the
keep
frag.
jiggling and
And that's key because it
checking
hasn't
these different
been that
angles.
way for the
You take an
majority
angle,
of
you
this
sit
map,
there.
right? Like people have
You
had
don't
Ye's
move.
number, but now Ye seems to be
don't
coming
move.
online. He's already gotten 3 with the operator. Envy looking to push the matter to extend the map to get to overtime. Marv able to put the finishing touches on what was a
First
desperately
OT.
needed
It's always Envy,
round.
man. Envy's always got these
Vixen
games.
with the op
grinder
They
game.
just
in a
grind
1v5.
hard.
Spike goes down as well. He's good for one.
Grind hard.
But that's all it's going to be.
So
Envy
hard, so hot, so
find
heavy.
themselves back in a situation after seemingly dead,
Good night.
forcing overtime, the first overtime of the tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely. We're going to see what these teams
are you
have for each
doing?
other, instantly swapping sides for those 2 rounds. And we'll see what Ye did just to open this one up. Again, plays towards mid. There has been a lot of action mid. You think about the precedents that have been set by both teams, they have been enjoying a bit of mid action.
Right.
So going there with the operator first is almost a guaranteed kill. You're playing off of all those bits of historical memory from the rounds to give you that advantage. And Envy did a great job at just pinpointing where Vivo Keyed would be for those last few and getting themselves into overtime.
So Ye opting to go for the glass cannon here. Overtime rules means you don't have as much moolah in the bank as you would normally. So no armor, but does have the op and does have a little bit
That's what I'm
of
saying.
utility to work with, and already working his
I
way
can't do
across
this.
the middle of the map. Going to peek
Oh,
off of the
Vivo.
Can't do
Sova
this no
drone.
more.
No one's going to be there as all of Vivo are towards A.
Alarm bot
This is why they
down.
swap
It's gonna be the
casters.
retake aspect of this for Envy. They're fine to let A go
They
down
don't have the
for
same
now,
ones
but no,
for all
FNS
3
was in a tough
BO3s.
spot there and goes down.
He was in
Pride.
a brutal spot. He was
And
by
those people
himself
have
on an
the
island,
casters
but
have to
now the
actually
rest of
cast.
Envy is showing up.
We
Now
just have
they're
to sit
starting to
here.
rotate
I'm
around.
actually-
The problem
And I'm
is
tired
they
of
don't
sitting
have
here.
very many
It's not
points of
even
entry. You can't rotate
that,
around
though.
because
It's
you've got
just
NTK
one
who's
couch
holding the
laying
flank.
down.
They're
It
going to have to
doesn't
brute
help.
force their way in. The
couch.
nice thing is there's still plenty of time.
It hurts. Look at, she's
Now.
been out for like 4 hours
Zhao's gonna
now.
get the spike down.
True.
Spike planted.
Dumpy.
And again,
Julio.
they are huddled in that site. They're trying to just give Envy a hug.
Dead.
Just not leaving.
Smashing a little
KO
bit.
against them now, Doug.
Crashy's good for 2.
There's
NTK's
Jordan.
up
Over,
floated.
dude. Ended number 1
You've got
for
2 members left on
Zoe.
the side of Envy, and they're both
Never
weak.
worried.
The tap
Never
is
thought they'd
started.
lose.
Gonna be able to get anything with the shock darts. Crashy's trying to hold it.
Whoa.
Wait,
They got it.
MV won this round?
Oh, okay, Marv is in there. For
impressive.
a moment, I was like,
Inspect the weapon.
Killed. He got half, though.
You'll
He
see
got
it.
half. Holy moly. Awesome dart coming in. Little last second thought from NTK, but it was not enough. Envy takes that round. And just by a thread,
Almost
too. You're almost like,
keyword.
wait, who actually is going to have this as we swap back and forth there? But again, Doug, this huddle strategy of staying inside the site, it's so wild to me.
Hey, Jimmy. Come on, boy.
They are not concerned.
No.
That's not the response of someone who's playing in an overtime map right now. He's just chilling, right? Like ice in his veins, if you will. Now we've got Vivo Kid on the defense. He doing exactly
double OT,
what
double
Ye
OT,
did.
double
Goes
OT,
for
and
glass
number
cannon,
one.
and it pays off early on.
Does have a dash, so he's going to be taking the aggressive peek once again. Nice shot by Maurice. Takes down El Diablo, and that's 2 down now for Envy. As we look for a possible
be here
overtime,
for
another
an hour and a half.
here. And yeah,
Good
that
night.
looks like it's going to be solidified in the last few shots, unless it's the man, the
worth it.
myth, the crash.
What?
He's got a lot of work to do, and Maurice is feeling it more.
Yeah,
this
I'll just
round
like get
with
on
the
Twitter
3K.
and see that they won in like
Yeah,
an
like,
hour and a half.
Why do people watch things live? You might as well just
all over the place, right? He
just
was
wait
able
till
to
it's
provide
done,
value with that
check the
offer
results.
beyond.
Oh
There were
shit, they
two that
won.
died
Sick.
mid, and then at that point your numbers are so depleted.
All
You
good.
can't really make a
All
ton
good.
happen there. You mentioned Crashies was in a 1v5 at the end there. Well, how many options do you have, right? How deep is that playbook?
And I feel it looks okay. They've changed it up, but it
Sussy
looked like
baka.
Vivo Kid was going to be running 1 and 2, right? They have an
True.
A, they have a B, and they run those back to back as if they were just on the attack side. We'll see how they can handle this one.
Don't do draws here, okay?
B site, very nice Viper bite because you got to figure you're not going to be able to waste through armor there.
Yeah, and that's so key because you expect the op to be jump peeking that, right?
Yep.
You drop that snake bite there, no armor, as you said, certainly worse for wear, and yeah, you get healed up, so we're right back into a better place, but now that heals offline, that's a big deal.
It resets their first option. You know, the opera wanted to come for something at
That
B.
couch was bad for you guys.
He's
It's
a
too
little more
comfy.
knowledgeable
It's
about it. but
like-
that doesn't
It's
just
literally,
stop
you just
what
want
he
to fall
can do
asleep
with
being
an
on this
operator.
couch. It's
That's
not a good idea.
I'm so good right now. I
It's
can't
not a good
do it.
idea at all.
You know he's coming or not. A
But at
minute
the
left
same
in the
time, I weigh
round,
my
and
options
it's
out. I'm like, a
becoming
nice little
much
nap or
more
watching the
patient
rest of this
movement
match.
here as they start to
And like the
approach
nap always
on
wins
Envy's
in
side,
every
the
scenario.
defensive side of the map.
So you've still got Heat holding that with the optics and gets spotted.
What?
No, he switches out the knife at just the wrong time.
Bro,
But
that
FNS does get
sucks
traded
for
out.
Vixen.
And look at how deep Vivo Kid have gotten in on the B side of the map. You've really got a couple of members on the side of Envy who are in a brutal spot. You've got Marvin, you've got Victor, both towards long as they're slowly being wrapped around these guys. We talk about being on an island, but that's big from Victor. Taking out Heat, getting that offline. Marv is going to have to do the same. They've got to hold strong here. They've got to buy time for their teammates to show up as they aren't rotating over yet.
Slow hold. I think they're worried that somebody is creeping around in mid. I mean, FNS is dead, so they have to wonder where everyone else
He's
is.
above him. He's above him. If he doesn't cause any noise, he's going to be able to swing around and catch both of them at just the wrong time. There's Crashies. He's able to get one, and he's going to
Sprays
dismiss
there.
away.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And he's going to create pressure. He's not trying to keep it. They hear him going through kitchen, though.
Victor with the showstopper. It's actually Ye who's able to get one.
No.
Ye gets the second one as well. Envy once again take the lead in overtime.
Shot, they won that.
The end of these rounds are
How?
so snap.
What's funny is if
judgment. Yes, go.
the Reyna
We're
just
here.
like
Victor
waited
ultimate.
1
All right,
sec,
Ye's coming
like
in
just
with you,
one,
and that's
and just
exactly
like
what they
peeked
need
what
to
was
kind of
farther,
focus
Yeah.
Kid
he would have
off
won the
their
round.
game.
But he just
What a shot
instantly
from
shot.
Ye
That's
to
pretty crazy
start.
that he died like that though.
Okay, that's how they
That's
won.
pretty.
Okay.
That's pretty insane.
That's a little fortunate, but it's an A. It's an
Ready to
A.
keep going
So.
on these rounds.
It's all
And this is
calculated, all
exactly
skillful.
What we saw from Ye in stage 3.
Yep.
And
El
this is
Diablo.
exactly what Ye does on every team that he is able to be on. When he was on ICEBOX, he did this as well. It's not something that's new to him, and he can keep the vibe going. 14-13 now. Vivo was able to pick up this round last time. We'll see if they can bring us to another OT.
Envy need to make something
Funny
happen.
was,
Attacking half.
People were saying J9 why so
At this
quiet,
point, it
but they
almost
aren't
feels like they
talking
just gotta
anymore.
Get out of ICEBOX, right? Beaten,
is kinda
battered,
weird.
whatever it looks like, walk away with a dub. If
Kinda
you're
weird.
Envy's Vivo Key,
Funny would it be
they
in
just
between matches
refuse
we
to
both
break. They're not
fall
going away. They're
asleep.
going toe-to-toe
I'm going to.
And then
with Envy here. A little bit of
missed
early
the whole
pressure.
TO3.
Back off of
the
I
rest of
will.
it.
I will do
Need
that.
to push Heat up into a bit of a more uncomfortable situation. They're not going to challenge that. They're going to rotate elsewhere.
Everybody's getting a little bit of blip information on their mini maps here.
When
as
you're
the
from
peaks are
NA,
going
you just
down.
have
Marv
faith in
trying to
NA,
clear out
and
the
there-
Jenny on
it's
right
for good
side.
reason.
Does hear FNS running back and
Because
forth.
he plays like that.
Freaking Mad Lad just swinging
Mad
out
Lad.
there,
Even the
finds
caster
two
knows he's a
people.
mad
We'll
lad
see
for
if
doing
NTV
that.
can make something else happen up
Look at that
top.
guy.
No,
Mad
Victor
lad.
good for it. 3 members
No
remain
man's
on the side
land.
of Vivo Keyed, and
No
this might
Planeteers.
be what does it. This
GG,
might be
set,
where NV find
match,
themselves out of this
point.
disaster.
Too easy for North America,
Heat and Vixen,
really.
the last two
Really,
remaining
just
members,
too easy.
42 in favor of
Vixen got a
NV.
kill, but
In
whatever.
the hands of Heat.
Brazil, why quiet?
In a position to
EU,
clutch
why
something
quiet?
out for North America, but no,
Everybody
he drops
but
it. Just
NA,
Vixen
quiet.
Not gonna have anything there as well. The first overtime map at Brazil.
It's too
goes
easy
in
for
favor of
NA.
NV. It was close. It was scary. By golly, they walked away with the win.
They did walk away with the win. It seemed like that last round, Vivo Key changed up the way they were